Hi, this is Sandy. I am a coach, Sandy, and this is my Thoughtful Thursday. So I wanted to share a little story with you. And this is the story of the Christmas that had no dinner. And I can share this story with you now without bursting into tears and without feeling miserable and without second guessing myself as a mother. But I couldn't do that probably 4 or 5 years ago. And so what happened was we went to dinner at one of my children's homes. That's not correct. We went to Christmas morning at one of my children's homes. And we arrived on time and we opened gifts with the children. And we had expectations of staying for dinner because that's what you do. That's what we always did, my mom and dad, and that's what I always did as a mom, and always had my children there, and maybe a straggler or two, and then we had children and children, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there and we realize that we're supposed to leave, and we didn't know what to do, so we left, and then we went home and sat and stared at each other with no meal, no intention of having come home at 11 o'clock in the morning. And there was a lot of anger, frustration, confusion, disappointment, questions. Where did I go wrong? How could I have misunderstood? I offered to bring food umpteen times. I thought there was a plan. We were invited. Whew, it was a lot. But I came about 6 months later through the first phase of understanding. And each year I have learned from that experience. It was quite traumatic at the time. But I wanted to share it with you today because we have expectations and there are traditions, and a lot of our traditions right now are being rearranged, and we're given guidelines that we're not particularly thrilled about. And we're not with family and friends. And so we have to really make some adjustments to how we're thinking. And so I wanted to share this moment with you on this Thoughtful Thursday and be vulnerable to you to share my frustration, disappointment, anger, anxieties, and my coming through that to find acceptance for the children, the family, the different lifestyles, the different choices, the different traditions that they've built, and respecting and honoring that. And I also wanted to share with you a couple of thoughts. So I'm going to share this screen for a moment because I want to articulate this properly for you. So let's go to this presentation that should pop up. And so here we are, expectations, the Christmas with no dinner. Here's a thought that came much later, and I'll read it to you because I think it's important. A thought is harmless unless we believe it. It is not our thoughts, but our attachment to our thoughts that causes suffering. Attaching to a thought means believing that it is true without inquiring. A belief that is thought that we've been attached to often for years. I was certainly attached to what I perceived to be Christmas morning, Christmas dinner, Christmas family time, Christmas caring. I attached a lot of love and respect to that exchange. and it wasn't necessarily fair. So, since I'm a yoga instructor, I'm going to bring you this thought from another perception. Intentions without attachment to the results. So, that's what it is in a nutshell. And that's what I now remind myself of, that I can have intentions, but I have to disengage from how the results show up, or when the results show up, or if the result even shows up. So, in discussing karma yoga in the Bhagavad Gita, he states that we should perform action for action's sake, but not to be attached to the fruits of our actions. In other words, we should do what is right without seeking special merit or recognition for our actions. Now, nobody said this was easy. I'm just sharing with you the process of adjusting our thinking, adjusting our expectation, stepping away from the attachment to results. So, a knowledge and understanding of our own birth to mean that we gain knowledge in our own personal dharma, these duties, responsibilities, and talents that are specific to each of us as individuals. This allows each one of us to contribute far more effectively to our families, to society, and to the world around us, and hence fulfill the potential that we have for this life. So, this is really my mission of wellness with attitude, the knowledge based industry, the lessons that I'm going to be sharing, the thoughts that I will share with you, because I think this is why I'm here. This is the talent or the gifts or the message that I'm here to deliver. And so, hopefully, as we go into this season of giving, of kindness, of caring, we can do it for all the right actions, for all the right reasons. And I hope that this message has maybe given you a spot of encouragement, or maybe a thought to have different perception. So, thank you for dropping in. I'm here with Wellness with Attitude to help navigate the curves of life. And heaven knows there are curves. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you.